Welcome back to another short story with Sheena. So today I'm going to tell you a story about the first time I was attacked by a knife. If you're one of my members, you've heard this story a million times, so sit back and enjoy and share with others. If you're not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or subscribe to our podcast, which can be found on Spotify or Anchor. Give us a like this video, and get ready to hear more. So this is just a train we're going to keep rolling out. So first time I was ever attacked by somebody with a knife. So this gal had come in through the local sheriff's office. She was having suicidal ideations, and so they had gone and collected her, brought her down to the hospital where I worked as private security. They'd already done a preliminary search to make sure she didn't have any weapons or tools on her. But of course, it's one of those things where you do your due diligence. And as being the only female, that was my job. So I, requested that she change into paper scrub. She's feeling suicidal, and so we need to keep her as safe as possible. And she was compliant. From there, we took her belongings, put it into a whole nother area so that they're not easily accessible. But she would be able to get them back at a later date, and they were secure the entire time she was here. Then I went in and I used a metal detecting wand, which was just part of the procedure, right? Just to make sure there wasn't anything else that I had missed, overlooked, or seen. The entire screening came back completely normal. It was very simple. Said my thank yous, offered food and drink, all the complimentary amenities just to make somebody feel more at home, especially when they're feeling, suicidal or going through depression. You want to make that person as comfortable as possible. That was my job, right? And I was passionate about helping people. Still am to this day, as you guys know. So left the area, everything was good to go, and next thing I know, I'm getting a call back, being requested to help out. So as I arrive on scene, I show up to discover this gal who had nothing on her was now actively cutting herself with a knife, a pocket folding blade. The blade itself was probably about 3 inches, and the handle itself was probably another 3. So 6-inch folder altogether. If I remember right, it was a Kershaw brand. We won't hold it against Kershaw though. But she was actively cutting across the tops of her forearms and deep. I remember specifically in her left forearm, she's sawing into this thing. So she's bleeding. I mean, she's trying to do as much damage as she can. And of course, my job is to keep everybody safe. Her safe, obviously, from herself and from others. The staff safe from themselves and others. So I go into the room, my hands up, ma'am, please put down the knife. She takes that knife and she turns it in her hand and immediately comes up and tries to stab over the top of my head. Now, most people who have been in a knife fight will tell you they never saw the knife coming. I'm kind of a rare occurrence in that I did see the knife coming. I knew what was happening. Knowing what I know now, I might not have entered the room in the way I did. That might have been a little cavalier of me. But my intentions were pure. I wanted to help her. I wanted to stop her from harming herself. So of course she attempted to stab me, and all thankful to the instructors who taught me up until that point in time. They'd give me a really good solid base to be able to defend that. So if you're somebody who is a Krav Maga practitioner, the 360 with a counter. Of course, because of my position, I couldn't hit her. Right? She was there because she was feeling suicidal, so hitting her was just out of the question. So I was able to defend, and I reached through and grabbed her arm tight to me. I was able to slide the knife mostly out of the room. I was able to secure her arm close to me. Of course, it's bleeding all over me at this point in time. And I'm able to grab my radio, which is high, so I start calling for, people to come and help. At that point in time, more staff was coming because this is all on cameras. I mean, our dispatch is seeing it. People out of the front desk are seeing it. All the staff who need to see it are seeing what's happening. So we ended up getting a lot of staff in and being able to, resecure her, get her stitched up and taken care of. But, first time being swung at with a knife was a little bit tricky. It wasn't until everything kind of happened I started thinking to myself, well, where the heck did that come from? Right? I took all her clothes. I did a wand. The sheriff's office searched her. Where did this thing come from? So we go back and go over videotape. I'm just going to say it came from a nether region. And I will allow your imagination to take over from there. But that's where she had been hidden it. So in case you're wondering, if you work in private security at all, a metal detector does not find things in said nether region. So if you work private security, keep that in mind. Keep rocking and rolling. Make sure you're training and keeping that fresh in your minds. Again, please subscribe to the channel, right? Follow us on Facebook. Like all the things, right? That way we can keep moving and rocking and rolling and sharing stories with you. Stay safe, and we'll see y'all soon.